And here's a video review finally of this big bad mamma jamma. It is MP-10 Convoy, the new version. Here he is. You can see he's attached to his trailer. And there is allow it to swivel, and he can swing past the corners, so he can steer and drive, as you can see here. We'll go ahead and just unpeg the trailer here, just to get it out of the way. You can see underneath here, there's these two little pegs peg into a couple little slots here on the back of the truck. And this whole piece rotates. I don't know if you can see that very well. You get the nice swivel. What's neat is underneath here there's some stands that come down to hold it in place, like that. And when you open it up, you'll watch this foot here. It actually extends out as the that comes in. So it has there's clearance here when it's rolling. But as you swing it out, it supports the trailer. The foot comes all the way down. That's really cool. It's got one on the other side. I will focus on the trailer here for just a minute. If you come around to the back here, what's neat is you open up these doors. I can get under there and open them. You kind of click in up top there. Rollers inside here, and there's a little ramp. There's a couple of notches you can get your hands on. You can actually pull a ramp out, and then roller can back out down it. Roller itself is pretty cool. We'll go ahead and put the ramp back up before we open it up, and we'll show you that. There we go. Snap that back in place. Because if Optimus is ever out of commission, you can flip up this panel right here and plug Optimus's gun in there, and we'll show that later on, since his gun's actually in his body right now. But you can pull the back of this off, rotate this whole piece up and around, and this connector comes up, and that allows you to connect this piece right here. It slides right in the middle of that, and now, if he needs him to, Roller can pull Optimus's trailer. Kind of like Huffer did, I think, once. But yeah, so there's that. Just close that back up. We'll just leave that open because later on we'll show the gun plugged into Roller. The trailer itself is pretty much the standard Optimus trailer. You've got, you can get it open here. There we go. Here we go. We've got just the open trailer. Apparently MP Sideswipe can fit in here. You'll see his axe is stored over here for right now. We'll pull that out. The repair drone lifts up. Just like before, you swing it under. He's got the radar dish that spins. There we go. Spinny radar dish. And the claw. The claw. And you can bring it under and around. Or over. And he can repair things. You can leave him. You can fold these pieces down right here. On the front of... Sorry. These pieces right here can fold down if you want to open up the trailer and have him sticking out the top. But if not, you just close that up, and then you've got a solid trailer. So you don't have to have the hole in it that previous versions did. Right. But you fold him up. There's no actual physical launcher for Roller. Also, you can stand this up like this, and again, it becomes some weapon storage and a mobile repair bay for Optimus. I've never really cared for that mode, but it's there if you want it. We'll go ahead and pull the axe out here, and we'll close up the trailer. So that's the trailer. I'm going to set that off to the side because, like, while it's cool and all, it is not the integral part of Optimus. Let me get these. Now on to Optimus himself. And he's quite cool. He's got a much nicer truck cab design. It's not quite as obviously a Transformer. I mean, it is a Transformer, and it's clearly Optimus. But yeah, here he is right here. And one of the things that's neat is you open him up, and inside there's a little Spike figure. He can sit right here in the cab. He doesn't have any facial detail. He's just a little Spike, but he does bend at the knees and at the hips, as well as at the shoulders. So just a generic little Spike figure. He can also ride in roller, if you want to do that. Now, Prime himself, again, a really nice cab. I know some people have had the legs trouble sticking together. My legs tend to stick together. I just can't get these feet to stay all the way together all the time. There you go. Now they're staying together okay, but sometimes these like to pop apart. But yeah, good solid trailer. Really nice. And to transform him, it's similar and yet very different from the original Masterpiece. You want to start off here and lift these up a little bit, as well as the cab lights. Lift them up, and then you rotate this whole piece down and out like this, and then you open up here. I'm going to flip his head up. Also, the way the head flips in is much nicer, and you don't have to worry about it popping off like it would do sometimes on the previous MP. Just trying to fold it back into the body, it would pop off. Just like that. And then under here, you pull the arms out to the side here. Go ahead and get them out a little bit further. Just get them out of the way there. Now this whole front piece right here folds up into the body, and you can see the matrix here, and you can pop that out. Come here, you. If it decides it wants to come out. Don't know why it's being a pain now. There we go. And it's a nice little, feels die-cast. It's very heavy. Chrome die-cast matrix. It doesn't open, but it's very, very striking. Very nice matrix that stores there in his chest. And then you can just plug it right back in. Like that. There's a separate cover for it like that. And then you can fold this down. Well, you push this up and you fold this down. And that's going to be inside of his chest. And again, like before, though, you do rotate the wheels around like this. And that's going to form his abdomen here. You lift the arms up a little bit, get them out of the way. And then these are going to fold up into his body. Just like that. Just like before. Very similar to people who had the previous Masterpiece Prime. You just fold those right up. And then these panels, you want to fold the silver panels all the way in against the side. And same over here. Just fold the panel up against the side, and they just kind of sit up here along his back. Then you can close these right here. Actually, you don't want to close those yet. My apologies. You want to bring this whole piece. This whole piece locks right here. You bring this around. You want to unpeg it from this. See that little piece right there rotates down. Then the grill comes up right there, locks into place, and then you can close these. There's a little tab here you can see that sits behind the grill. And there's upper body of Optimus coming together. Alright, the legs. Rotate them around at the waist. You want to untab this and slide it down over the wheels like that. Untab this, slide it down over the wheels like that. Pull it. There's a little button here to release the latch. Just pull them down. Although I don't think you have to release it. It's only when you're going back. You push this in to collapse the legs. And then pull it down. That locks it in place right there. So these are down. You want to lift this up a little bit. This panel flips around and covers the wheels for the most part. And then you put that down right there. So it hides the wheels on his legs. And again, over here, flip this panel around to cover the wheels. Come on, panel, let's go. There we go. And then you flip this panel right here. That's the vents there on the front of his leg. Just flip that around to the front. And then the feet you just kind of flip up and open. Up and open. And there is the legs done. He's coming together, folks. Then come up here on the arms. You hear the nice clicky sounds. Bring those in, push them in. The arms, there's a panel under here you want to pull down, and then you rotate this whole piece around. See, it fills into his forearm. Just flip that panel back up. There's one arm done. And then just do the same over here. Pull this down. Flip that around. And close that up. His fingers are individually posable. His thumbs are not. His thumbs are molded into place. Also, apparently this finger can pop off very easily. I found it only pops off when I really try to force it around holding his gun. But apparently there are some issues with that coming loose. So just be aware of that. Plug his arm in. And there is Prime in robot mode. Just a really nice, very striking figure. You can see much closer to the animation model. His head. He actually does have shiny blue eyes, although it's really hard to tell from the way they're shadowed. But if you get him in the light, he does actually have some. It's like clear blue plastic, and yet there's no clear plastic to light pipe it, which is a bit of a shame. But he does have blue eyes. But yeah, just a really, really nice version of Optimus. And again, if you want to open the chest, you can show the matrix. And then back here, this panel on his back opens, just like this. And in here is his rifle. It stores in his back here. Kind of like it did, I think, in the Dreamwave comics. I remember him having it in his back there at one point. And it's all folded up, and then you just push this little gray button right here, and you can see it pops open. That pops down, and this pops forward. And then to lock it back up, you just fold it up, push this down so this little notch goes into the barrel of the gun, and then just kind of push it here to snap it into place. And then you just plug it into his back. But again, you just hold it, push this button, and it plops out into his gun. There's a little tab here on either side to plug into his hand. Just slide it in, plug it into his hand. And here's what I'm talking about. If you push, you can fold his fingers around it, but this finger doesn't come all the way around as far. So if you get to right here and you try to push this finger in, it will pop off. It snaps right back in, but just as a heads up, don't try to force it. And there's Prime with his gun. I wish I didn't have quite such a limited depth of space here, so I could get a little bit more of him into the camera. He does also have his axe here, and you can see it's kind of designed to fit over just his right fist. And basically what you have to do here is pull his gun out of his hand. You want to make sure his fist is all closed up, and then you can his thumb goes right up here in this notch. You can push that all the way down over his fist, mostly. It's not perfect, but and now he's got his Energon axe. So that's cool. Ah! And now he's falling forward because I didn't balance him properly. But yeah, there he is. He's got a lot of people were complaining he can't sit. He can't sit quite as well as because these are in the way that Masterpiece Prime did. But you can get him to sit just fine. You can have him taking a seat if you want. But a good range of motion. You got some swivels, ratchets. Swivels up there at the thigh, as well as in and out ratchets, hinged. Sorry, I slide his feet in. But you got the hinge on the feet, as well as some range of motion here. The shoulders, like I said, they push in to hide the joints, but you've got plenty of joints to come out and give them quite a good range of motion. Bicep swivel, hinge things. His wrists rotate. And then, of course, you've got the individual fingers here. Although those three are attached together. That's disappointing. I thought those had a little bit more range of motion in them, but apparently they do not. Just the index finger has the joint there. But I'm very, very happy with him. Thank you very, very much to Kurt. Oh, you got a waist joint as well. To Kurt and the TFsource crew for sending this to me. Very awesome. I really, really like him. We'll take a brief, as promised, I'll show you how you can take this. It's got grooves for the slots. You can just plug Prime's gun into roller. Just like that. As an addendum. But yeah, all in all, a very nice package. Worth picking up. Worth picking up by all means. If you want to wait for the American release, I don't blame you. I think he's going to be like only $100 and come with everything. But I mean, if you can't wait, don't feel bad about getting him. Really nice, a nice update to the previous Masterpiece Prime, more in scale with the scale they want to do. Really, really awesome. Definitely worth picking up. MP-10 Optimus Prime, or Convoy, I guess, in this point.